Welcome to the channel, everybody. I am Paulybuck, and I sure am glad to have you with me here today. Today, I am bringing you a great video, I think, and it's something that everybody should really think about. I sent out an email back in the middle of July to a multitude of content creators. I think the list was right around 30. I sent them this question: how much silver is enough silver? That is something that we should probably all ask ourselves, but I was curious to what they thought to collaborate with me in this video. So after it was all said and done, I did get a few emails back stating that they didn't want to be part of it. And I got an email saying that that was their answer. We're going to get into that into the video. So I've got 8 or 9, stick around and find out, 8 or 9 responses for you to listen to and see if you agree with, disagree with. And then in the end of the video, let's talk in the comments of what you think. How much silver is enough silver for you to own? I'm going to let the other content creators go in front of me, and my answer will be the last. I've set up chapters in the description below to allow you to skip ahead if you want. I would think it would be a good video for you to watch all the way through and see what some of these content creators actually say about silver and silver stacking and how much is enough. Again, I have all their information down below, their channel links. If for some reason you're not subscribed to one of these, do me the favor, go over there, watch some of their stuff, hit the subscribe button if it's something you're into. If you're new to this channel and you haven't watched any of my content, go back before you hit the subscribe button. But do me the favor, watch a couple videos, you decide, am I worth your subscription? I think so. So sit back, relax, and let's watch how much silver is enough silver.
Hi, this is John Boulay, also known as The Don from the Department of Numismatics. Um, First off, I'd like to thank Mr. Paulybuck for the opportunity to collaborate in this effort. So the question is, how much silver is enough? That's a hard one because it's going to depend on you, the individual. There's no one plan that fits everybody. You have to determine how much money you're going to invest into your stack. What's your game plan with that stack? What's your exit plan? And then, if so, how are you going to liquidate what you need when you need it? Are you going to have some of it to build up a legacy to pass on to your family and to the next generation? Those are a lot of hard questions. And Mr. Paulybuck, myself, and the rest of the community, I think it's going to be a question we're going to continue asking as long as we are in the YouTube community. So take those questions to heart and figure out what your game plan is, because no two persons are the same.
So the question is, how much silver is enough silver? That should be different for each person. It's just my opinion. You should have enough to run your house for, I'd say, at least 6 months. Cover all your bills, food, all living expenses, that kind of thing. But I mean, if you stack in other types of metal too, then you may not need as much silver because you have gold and stuff like that. But silver is more of a person-to-person exchange, used for barter and trade, buying stuff. And I really don't have the answer for myself yet. I'd definitely like to have a few $1,000s on hand, just regular silver. But as y'all know, I also stack some of the series and stuff like that too. So right now I'm picking up 10-ounce bars, trying to get my weight in. And most of everything else I have is series coins that I collect for the numismatic, that value and that kind of thing. So it's going to kind of be what you're comfortable with, how much room you got, if you've got ways to keep it safe, that kind of thing. But I mean, I would say a couple 100 ounces at least as a minimum baseline, maybe 200-300 ounces. I'm shooting for 1,000. When I get to 1,000, we'll see what the markets look like and stuff like that. And I may go higher, or I may stop and switch to just picking up gold. But I try to remember the gold to silver ratio. How much gold should I have to how much silver? And I don't have much gold, so I'm starting to look towards, a little bit of gold now anyway. But it's something to think long and hard about. If situations got bad and stuff, how much would you need to keep your family alive for, let's say, 6 months? If you make it to 6 months, then maybe a year.
Hello everybody, SC Stacker here. Paulybuck had sent me an email asking the question, how much silver is enough silver? You can never have enough. But it also depends on your situation, right? Like, are you stacking or are you collecting based on, you think the economy is going to collapse? Are you stacking because of gut-wrenching inflation, that you believe that's what it'll be for the next few years? Or if you just believe silver is going to go on the rise and you just continue to stack. I mean, my primary answer is you can never have enough, because who could say you can never have enough money, or you can never have enough insurance? Maybe that's a better way of putting it. Thank you, Pauly, for allowing me to answer this question. I think it's a wonderful ask, and it's a wonderful and very meaningful question to everybody. Take care, everyone.
Hey, Pauly. Well, I received your question on how much silver is enough. That is obviously a personal decision. I myself have stopped stacking silver, and I have stopped, and I'm at approximately, let's just say I would need a large tub to carry it out. I've got a certain amount that I had set, and I kind of stopped from that. I was trying to get my weight in silver just to be fun, but I have since changed course, and I've switched from stacking silver to buying collectible silver, pieces that I like that I'll hold on to. I still have a stack. Like I was saying, it's personal preference. I think that you should budget and buy accordingly, whether it be silver and or gold for stacking purposes. For collection purposes, same thing. I think you need to set a budget with disposable income, be responsible, don't go into debt, and have fun. So the biggest thing here is to have some fun too. And some people just stacking weight and stacking metals is fun. Other, it's collecting different coins and getting different mint dates and mint marks and all that stuff. So whatever you decide to do, some people say it's not, they can never have too much silver. Again, who am I to argue with them? So again, have fun. And Pauly, thank you for the opportunity. This is GenX. And until next time, folks, 73.
How much silver is enough silver? Good question, Paulybuck. Thanks for asking me. And once you asked me, it's been a popular topic on many different channels, but I didn't watch any of those yet because I didn't want to influence my answer. I started with silver, but I've come to like silver and gold. And so this is simply my opinion and how I go about doing things. I believe that once someone has about 100 ounces of silver, they should strongly consider buying some gold at the same time going forward. Maybe 50-50 value. So how much silver is enough? Since I'm saving for retirement, it's really hard to say how much money you actually need in retirement. It just seems like you need more. But after 500 or 1,000 ounces, I would say that at that point you should have a pretty good stack of gold in some kind of tubes, maybe multiple partial tubes of gold of different sizes. A few more coins, and this is literally a monster box. I'd rather bug out in a hurricane or a blizzard with a tube rather than a box. I know people who have had to leave their home quickly because of, say, a California fire, and there is no time to pack or carry anything. At that point, you need to leave now. So I just think you can bug out with a tube of coins in your pocket rather than a hefty box or two. I do like the Paulybuck 1/10 fractional gold coin monthly challenge. So I think it's good to see that gold is possible and that fractional gold coins add up. But I also like silver, and in that way you can buy a couple of ounces at a time locally, or maybe buy a bigger bar or shop around online, and all of that silver adds up too. So either way, silver or gold, keep stacking.
Thank you, Polly, for asking me to be a part of this. So how much silver is enough? I think this will vary from person to person. You first need to decide, why are you stacking? Are you stacking for a financial crisis? And if that is the case, do you have a plan? Do you know where you would sell your silver if you needed to? Do you know how much it would take to weather out that storm? I think you have to have a balance of silver and gold and other investments and cash. For me, as a stay-at-home mom, my stack is my savings account and my 401k, so to speak. So I don't think I'll ever have enough silver. The only time that I think that you have too much silver or enough silver is if you have the 2021 Morgans in your stack. Thanks again, Paulybuck.
Next on the list, an email from my good old buddy Stormy. He needs to change his email. It says Stacking Stormtrooper at the top. I thought he's Empire Precious Metals these days, so let's just call him Empire Precious Metals for the fact of that's his channel name. So Empire Precious Metals decided to send me an email and couldn't get a video to me. And this was back on July 23rd of 2022. I got this email. If you want to include my answer, this is my response. I think 2 monster boxes worth of silver or the equivalent of 1,000 ounces is a good number to stop stacking silver. Anything beyond this number becomes way too cumbersome, in my opinion. It is better to stack more wealth in gold, which is more stable than silver and takes up far less physical space. Storing wealth in gold in all different sizes, both fractional and 1 ounce, allows options for liquidation and easier to hide and easier to transport. In my opinion, having more than 1,000 ounces of silver is borderline hoarding. Thank you, Stormy. Next is Salivate Metals, Sal. He responded on July the 19th of 2022. His response, hello, sir. Actually, I have a video on this topic that I did a few years ago and talked about it on my live stream some tonight. I was going to do a follow-up video on this topic. I could send you the link to that video when it's done, or if you'd like, your stream will be on while I usually do my lives. So you are more than welcome to use any clips from the video when I get it done. Would that work for you? Thanks, Sal. So Sal did do a video, and I appreciate the email response. I didn't use any clips of his video in this, and actually I never even watched it yet because I wanted to produce this video before I got any information from them if they did another video. So I didn't watch Sal's video, although I did watch one of his latest videos, probably going back a week by now, but he was showing a full stack, and that's a lot of silver. Up next is Silver Dragons, and he responded July the 19th of 2022. Hey, Paul, I am familiar with your channel. I have watched a fair amount of your stuff you put out, as well as some of the live streams you have done with DOA. Speaking of DOA, where is that guy? You see him, tell him to call me. I never enter the live chat, but I do listen. It's a small community, and lots of people that watch your channel watch mine as well. It is a great video idea, and I really appreciate you reaching out to me as well as many other channels. I will have to pass on this collab, but again, thank you for the offer and best of luck.
What's going on, all you stackers out there? It's Silver Forever here. I want to thank Paulybuck for putting this video together. What a great idea. And, you know, at Silver Forever, we stack silver today, we stack it tomorrow, we stack it forever. And you might think that I'm never going to stop. And you know what? That is my instinct. I never want to stop stacking silver, especially things like these Germania Mint kilo bars. It's just so nice to actually start stacking them, getting that weight going. But at a certain point, you have to ask yourself the question, When is it too much? A lot of people stop going from silver. They start going into gold just for that reason alone, the portability, the weight of it all. For me, I think that there are distinct advantages to stacking silver over gold. I think there's a lot more of an upside potential. So as long as you have the space and you can move the weight, it might make sense to keep stacking silver indefinitely, especially if you plan to sell when the price shoots the moon. So my answer to the question, I think a reasonable amount to say, let's cut it off right here, maybe about 5,000 ounces if you want to be a true whale. I don't think you can go wrong stacking silver, but what I do think is that at a certain point, it might make sense to allocate some of your financial resources elsewhere, maybe into something a little more speculative, maybe investing in something that is more likely to give you a big return. And then, hey, maybe you even reinvest those profits back into that beautiful, shiny silver. So maybe a cop out, but let's say 5,000 ounces. Actually, here's what we're going to do. Whoever answered the highest number in this video, I'm just going to +1. Okay. So if somebody says 6,000, I'm saying 6,001 troy ounces.
Okay, next up is me, Paulybuck. How much silver is enough silver for me? Well, it sure does sound sweet. I do like everybody's answers that answered in front of me. Everybody's answer was, and I planned on it being a little bit different, and I thought that was the case here. Me, I believe that a monster box doesn't have to be Eagles, but 500 ounces of silver is a great space to be in if you are a new stacker and you're just building up to that point. At some point, you're going to want to dip your toes into the gold world. I referred to Sal's video earlier about how much silver he has sprawled out after all those years. I think it was 2,000, maybe 2,000 plus ounces. But let me tell you, that is a lot of weight to move if something was ever to come up. You can store a lot of money into gold and not take up as much room as that table was covered in. So to me, my answer is 500 ounces is a good place to be if you're in the silver stacking game. I want to thank everybody for joining me, and everybody else, all the content creators. Thank you very much for your videos. Again, thanks guys for the email responses. Some of the guys didn't even get back a hold of me, and it is what it is. I guess YouTube is just a tight-knit group, and when you're in the same niche, people think you're stepping on their toes, but that's not the point of this. The point of this video was to bring content creators together on a one topic, and I think it worked. All right, everybody, tell me what you think of that video. Do you agree with some of these people? Do you disagree with them? Leave your comments down below. Don't forget, I got all their links in the description below. Go check out their channels. Hey, tell them Paulybuck sent you. But let me know what you think of this topic. Was it a good topic? Is it something that you even thought about? Is there even a stopping point for you? Why are you stacking? Are you prepping? Are you just stacking because you can't save any money and it's something that you can save money with? Are you a collector? When I talk about my 500 ounces, I'm not even adding any of the ounces that are collectibles, because I know that those, yes, if I have a way to sell them, I could get more money than a regular ounce of silver. But if I don't, I still have to consider that just an ounce of silver, but I don't, because it's a collectible. It's something that I bought because I liked. So I don't even consider my collectibles part of my stack per se. As always, I appreciate your time, and I will see you all on the next one. Thank you.